Hey, what's happening, everybody? Rod J back again to take a look at another beer. Thanks for swinging by to check out another video. Actually going to take a look at one again from Guinness. This is actually the Guinness Draught. So this is the last one I'm going to actually do from that special 12-pack they had actually put together called the Brewers Project. This is the Irish dry stout version. Comes in with an ABV of 4.2%. Pretty much everybody out there knows Guinness and is familiar with them if they've been drinking beers long enough. And even if not, they've seen Guinness in a lot of different spots. But for some reason, I have never done a review on this version. So I figured I'd go ahead and knock that out. And then after this, we'll mostly be back into a lot of the craft beers. But this one is kind of different in itself. It's kind of like that lower ABV type edition of their stout at the 4.2%. A lot of times it even gets heralded as being like a low calorie type beer. I think it's around 125 or so, but nothing really key again on the bottle. I mean, outside of that Guinness logo, which is a classic logo now, of course, you know, in a different size, they both have that information. One thing I did notice, which was weird though, they didn't put the ABV on this bottle. So that's kind of unique in itself because most of their other bottles that I've seen have had the ABV on there. And it also tells you in here, you can enjoy this straight from the bottle. Obviously, I'm going to be putting it in the glass for the review here, but yeah, this is one made out of Dublin, and it says, yeah, 125 calories, 9.9 carbs. So some of you people out there that are trying to watch the waistline, you know, this is one of those beers that you might be able to drink and not have it hit your belly too much. Let's go ahead and get it open and get it into a glass and go from there. It's a lot of smoke came out of it. I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera now. I wasn't ready for so much smoke. Joe D would have been very excited if he saw all the smoke that came out of that one. Although I'm not really one of the people that usually goes after the smoke. I don't know. It's kind of cool, I guess. I just never really focus on it as much. But into the glass. Now, I will tell you, this one, I'm already picking up some of the aroma from the malt. So it's coming out of the glass very nicely versus the last two I just had previously. Nice head on it again. You're looking at about a 2.5 finger head there. Again, you have that same look. You have the dark base, and you have that head that sits as a tan beige color. You know, Guinness will tell you their beer is not jet black. I know some people think it is, but it's not. It's very, very dark, brownish, almost at the bottom, like a slight reddish tint. But yeah, it's not a full jet black because you do have a little bit down there on the bottom tones. But it's about as close as you can actually get. Good foaminess on the head. You get that nice chocolate. You get that nice coffee. Those things that you're used to at Guinness actually having. So this one out of the gate is a nice classic addition, and this is kind of what Guinness has really been known for over the years. So much better than the one that I was looking at for the Dublin or the West Indies Porter. A nice aroma from the malts, not having to sniff too hard, comes out very easily. As far as that taste, you get a nice, smooth, creamy feel. Goes down very easily on the back end. You do have a slight bitter in there, but it slides right down without really any type of throat scratch. Flavors open up nicely in the mouth. Now, I will say with the foreign draft, I'm sorry, with the regular draft version here, it doesn't open up like some of the other ones, especially like that foreign one where you have that nice caramel type taste and you really get a lot more of that creaminess there. But it does have enough distinctive qualities around it that does make it still come out to be a pretty solid beer. Obviously, that's why Guinness has been doing everything for as long as they have been. It almost has that still creamy texture that's almost like a milkshake when you're drinking the beer, which I actually like. A nice amount of effort definitely put into the Guinness draft version, like I said, versus some of the newer ones they're messing around with. You know, if the wheel's not broken, why try to remake it, right? So this is a very nice rendition of the beer. Again, this is almost like a beer for me, though, that's a classic that time has caught up with. It's still solid. It's still a good beer. But when you're looking at some of these other stouts that are coming out from the craft breweries, it kind of just says, you know, it's solid, but time has just passed it by a little bit as far as some of the nuances. But on the same hand, it gives you a chance to go back and enjoy some of those things that have made Guinness such a beer that appeals to so many and is kind of in so many different bars around the country, around the world even. But a decent beer still. No bad aftertaste. A nice light, really for me, a light body type beer. Some might go light to medium on this one. Texture, like I said, nice and creamy. Carbonation sits fine, not overly carbonated at all, just a nice smooth feel throughout. So for me, this type of beer, on my type of scale, as far as what I like on beers, I usually would rate this like a 3 out of 5 now. Used to be higher back in the day until I had more different stouts. Even the ones from Guinness, like the Antwerpen or the Forward Extra, has kind of knocked this one down just because it's still good. And that's a 3 out of 5 is a good level for me. But it's not anything that makes it really jump to a different level, I guess, or makes it really stand out as much anymore. It's just kind of a decent, good, classic beer that you can always drink this and be happy with and to sit back and enjoy it. And that's fine. It works for that. It's Guinness is a macro brewery, and it's a nice macro beer. So that all being said, I forgot. I started doing these things on the Hangout so I could share the screen with you guys and do some stuff. And I forgot on the last one, I actually did not do that. I went through it. I was kind of disappointed with that last one I had from Guinness, so I really didn't get into the screen. But looking at some of the stuff here on the Guinness website, we'll go ahead and pull it up here. And of course, there's the Guinness main screen, drop down to their beers. So you can check out some more details here on this one. And right here is the Guinness Draught. And you can see right here, to give you a little bit of the notes around the beer, like I said, ABV was to 4.2. They make mention, again, smooth, creamy, and balanced. Definitely agree in that regard. Distinctively dark with a creamy head. Everything I pretty much said there as well. Sweet smelling with the coffee and the malt. So everything that you kind of expect to possibly come up actually is the case here. I don't know what that music was. I think it was the background or maybe the Guinness site. But anyway, the story of Guinness Draught, you can always come out to the website and check it out if you're ever looking to check out more about Guinness. And it's a great story. Guinness has been around for a while, and people have liked this beer for a long time. Even gets into pouring how you pour the perfect pint with them. So some pretty neat information here out on the website. And it's funny because this version of, I guess, the Draught was developed, it says in 1959. But Guinness, I believe, has been around a lot longer than that. So different versions. When you look at their beers, you can see the whole Guinness line out here on the website, and you have everything, the blonde, the nitro, the other ones, the Forward Extra right there, right in the center where it should be because it is just that good. The Antwerpen. So the Rye Pale Ale, which actually isn't a bad one either. So if you get a chance, check that out. And surprisingly, the Irish Wheat was one that I actually like too. And I'm not usually a huge wheat person, but I was actually one I kind of dig. And I still got to try this milk stout here. It's the only one off this page I'm really looking to try to find right now. So if you've had this one before, let me know. Put some comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the Guinness Draught. Also, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing it on Hangout. I like sharing the websites and stuff like that, but it looks like the graphics are deteriorating on the Google Hangouts when I do it that way. So I may just go back to using my other camera so you have a better graphic and everything. But, if that's kind of disturbing, let me know what you guys think about the video. If I should keep maybe on Google Hangouts or switch over. That all being said, thanks for swinging by to check out another video. And I look forward to catching you guys next time. Keep drinking good craft beers. And although this is kind of a macro, well, it is a macro, sometimes you just got to check out the other stuff so you appreciate the craft beers a little bit more. That all being said, cheers. I look forward to catching you next time.